Hi Anand, welcome to this session. And tell me, how are you doing today?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm doing awesome. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you very much for having conversation with me. So please tell me about yourself. How are you doing?
Yes, I think my day has been shaping up really well, and I'm doing great. Shall we start with a brief introduction? If you could tell our
Yes, sure.
audience about yourself, please.
Yes, my name is Anand. I am the founder and director of Read and Achieve classes. I'm also the founder of YouTube channel English Finglish. If I talk about my educational background, then I have completed my MSc in chemistry. I have a couple of hobbies like I love to roam around. I'm fond of traveling and I love to play cricket. Yeah, it's all about me. Thank you very much for letting me introduce myself.
Thank you so much. And as I could hear that you are a founder and director of an institution, could you tell me a little bit more about that? How is it like?
Yeah, it is institution for standard 6 to 12th students. We teach them mathematics, physics, chemistry, and along with all these subjects, I also train them how to speak in English nowadays. Yeah. So it is for board examinations, and we also prepare them for IIT JEE NEET examinations. So altogether, we are training them for multiple tasks here at my institute, Read and Achieve classes.
Wow, so it means you're shaping up the young minds. That's great. Okay,
Thank you.
which subject do you teach out of all these subjects?
I teach them English grammar, literature, and I'm also training them how to speak in English. So this is my work
Okay.
here. Yeah.
So you
But
have multiple
before,
teachers with you.
yes, I have six teachers with me,
Hmm.
and I used to teach them chemistry as well. There was time, but right now, because of the lots of burden, I'm not able to teach them chemistry because chemistry itself is a very vast subject. And along with that, I am also teaching them English. So I left teaching chemistry. I have chemistry tutor at my institute, but
Okay.
I'm still teaching them English because I'm fond of English.
Right, right. So how come this transition since you have done your master's in chemistry and then you are into English subject or language, English language? So what happened that you have taken this transition?
Like when I was in 11th grade, I was keen interested in English. But one of my teachers told me like chemistry is the career oriented subject. And to be honest, I was also very good at chemistry. So I had given him an option. Like I asked him whether I should choose chemistry for my further education or English. So he told me like chemistry is very career or oriented subject. So we must go with chemistry to have a good career options in future. But I
Okay.
think English is equally important nowadays. So English has also very good career opportunity in India. But I chosen chemistry. So I was good at chemistry, although I was also interested in chemistry too. But more than chemistry, I was always fascinated about English. Like I wanted to speak in English. I wanted to improve my English, and I had a huge desire to meet people from different walks of life. And that's
Yeah.
why, yes, English was in my mind always. So, and nowadays English has become my passion, and
Okay.
slowly I'm not getting that much interest in chemistry as much I'm getting in English. So this transition happened from last couple of years that I'm more
Okay.
inclined towards English.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that is quite reflected on your face because the way you are talking in a very stable tone. So you are very comfortable with this language now.
So this transition took place couple of years back. Like I
Hmm.
got inclination towards English, and I started, doing all activities in English. And I also opened my YouTube channel in 2020, which is all about English. So slowly, my inclination grew towards English, and I started taking more interest in English rather than chemistry. So this transition took place.
Yeah, and chemistry is full of lot of formulas and those structures,
Yes, structures, formulas,
formulas.
so yeah. Right now, even I'm forgetting few of the structures and formulas because chemistry is
Okay.
all about practice and everything is
Yeah,
all about practice. So we need to practice
exactly.
every single day to remember all the
Hmm.
structures, formulas. Yeah,
And similarly, English is also about practice. So you need to
yeah,
show
it
up every
is.
single day.
Yeah, I remember uh, whatever if I live English for 2 or 3 months, I forget all these
Hmm.
words, which is very
Hmm.
basic words. Sometimes even I will have problem to, you know, speak with the basic vocab, and I will be looking for the vocab in my mind, but I cannot get at the
Hmm.
time. So it is very important to be in practice in English as well. English is totally
Yeah.
all about practice, more than chemistry, I would say. Uh, so in chemistry, if you leave your practice for a couple of days or week, it's okay. But in English, you cannot leave it for even couple of weeks. Otherwise, you will feel rusty. You
Yeah.
would feel that I'm not good enough. I'm not rhythmic enough. So once again, you
Hmm.
need to start from that era. It will take few couple of weeks to get that rhythm again.
Yes, to get a hang of it, and you are absolutely right. I'm on board with you because you really need to create that environment around you of English. And then sometimes it happens if you, for example, you have gone to your village for like couple of weeks and then you are only speaking your language there. When you come back, you would not even remember the basic words. You really need to recall the
Yeah,
basic English words. So
recall.
that happens. It happens with everyone, I think, because it is not a native language. But I'm sure now you are quite well versed with this language. So there is no need to struggle that much as compared to when you are at a beginner level and probably at an intermediate level.
Yeah. Yeah. With the time, everything is becoming easier. But I know, like when I had started out my journey, I had to face lots of problems,
Yeah.
and I felt so many often like I should give up. I cannot, keep
Okay.
up with this language. I will have to somewhere stop because I sometimes it feels like I never improved. It felt like it felt like I'm saying it felt like I felt like I did not improve, but
Hmm.
still I kept on and I hold myself, and that's how I came here today.
Yeah, yeah. And if we are making mistakes while speaking this language, or for example, I'm fumbling or I'm becoming nervous, what do you think? Is it a normal feeling or you think it is no abnormal?
I think it is normal feeling. Sometimes people make it abnormal feeling, and that's why they stop their journey. Like
Right.
if I'm making mistakes, I need to understand it is the natural part of learning
Yeah.
any language. We need to make couple of mistakes, and even if we are making many mistakes, then we can just rectify our mistakes. So we need to be natural. We need to understand like where we had started and we are where we are going. We need to just look at the greener side of the grass, that little
Yes.
improvement that we get every single day. And
Yes.
if we are looking at that a small part of improvement, then that will give us positive vibe, and it will also give us courage to carry on our journey. So I always look at the mistakes as mistakes, not as a big blunder or something,
Hmm.
like a big. So we need to understand one thing: we must make a mistake the ladder to go ahead in our life.
Wow.
To We need to stop making mistakes. We need to, but we cannot stop making mistakes at once. We need to give little time to English, and
Yeah.
as far as we will go ahead in our journey, we will see that our mistakes are getting lesser day by day and we are improving.
Yeah.
So we must understand one thing, that mistakes are just natural part of English, and
Yeah.
we should be okay
Right.
with it.
I love that when you said treat your mistakes as a ladder. So that's
Yes.
amazing because I always tell everyone that your mistakes are the beautiful mistakes of your life because they help you in learning and growing, and you can move forward in life, go ahead in a direction. So, in a similar way, you just said that mistakes are like a ladder. Oh my God, this actually, yeah, it got stuck in my mind now that I will remember it throughout. Okay, Anand, from you, I would like to ask you one thing that I am sure many of the audience would connect with this feel that many a times incidences happens with us where in the past we were unable to utter even few words, and we were unable to articulate sentences, structurize sentences. So do you remember any incident which happened with you and then you felt a little low and dull, and that feeling remained in your heart, and perhaps you felt unsettled for a long time, and then you started working on this area, and then you flourished. So, if you remember any incident like that, I would love to know.
No, I don't think that uh, I had ever stopped working on my English because of my mistakes. But definitely, sometimes it was very disheartening if I was putting so many efforts and still I was not improving it. It felt like in those days that I was not improving. So at that time, I had to think many times, man, like whether I would be able to speak English in future or not, whether I would be a good
Mm.
speaker or not. Although I was always able to communicate. Even my English was very bad in those days. I was able to communicate because of my confidence. I was
Yeah.
talking with so many people from Europe and like with the help of Cambly app. So I was
Okay.
able to articulate my thought and I was able to convey my message. So that was positive thing for me. Like
Hmm.
I saw people were enjoying my conversation, even the native speakers with whom I was talking to,
Yeah.
they enjoyed my conversation. So I was quite confident because of all these positive things. So I'm a
Hmm.
kind of person who is very optimistic. I just look at I told you earlier, greener part of the grass, like
Yes.
what is good in me and what I'm doing well. So I can avoid all those nitty gritty of the other parts and I can
Yeah.
focus on my real goal, like what is my goal. So that's what I was doing. So I would say, yes, sometimes I felt like I cannot keep up with this language. I need to give up this journey and then think I should think about other things. But I knew one thing more. I cannot run away from English because we are living in 21st century where we cannot run away from English. We need to speak in English anyhow. So that's
Yeah.
why I always kept myself motivated and I focused on my goal. Like I have to speak, then I have to speak. There is no other alternatives. And I used to
Yes.
talk with so many people, and that's how I improved.
Yes. Your confidence level, that is quite reflected. I can see that. And the way you are speaking, that clearly defines the hard work which is lying in the background. You must have put in a lot of hard work to achieve this excellence. And in this young age, you have one institution and you have one YouTube, a big YouTube channel, which is followed by a lot of subscribers. So, would you like to reveal how many subscribers do you have?
Yes, I have 1,35,000 subscribers, and that is
Wow.
a big number, definitely a
Yes.
big number, because if you are able to influence 1,35,000 people, then
Right.
yes, I feel very happy because I'm able to influence them some way or the other. I don't know
Yeah.
what influenced them, but some way or the other, I'm able to influence them. So, and I have also institute where more than 150 students
Hmm.
are on board now. So it is giving me lots of happiness and pleasure. And whatever I have done so far, I have done with the help of my own hard work and on, I would say, confidence.
Hmm.
Like, so when you do something on your own, it always gives you confidence,
Yeah.
motivation, and real paths for your future. So I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, uh, I'm very happy and satisfied with my work so far, and I'm looking forward to improve on each and every parts of my life. Yeah,
I salute your hard work, honestly. And I am
thank you very
equally
much.
inspired. I'm equally inspired because the number of subscribers, even if you remove few from them, these are the people who feel connected with you, who feel connected with your life journey, not only language, but they are connected with you as a person, who Anand is. They are definitely influenced by your personality and the way you have outgrown your limitations, and you have, step up into that ladder and you are achieving excellence, and still you are working hard today. So that is quite commendable. And I am equally inspired, honestly. Like at this young
Sounds
age, you
very,
are
very
doing.
humble.
No.
Thank you very much for your words.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really feel that people who are, you are not just, doing anything on the YouTube. You are imparting knowledge. You are shaping up young minds and you are teaching people. So I love that idea. And that is the idea or the intent which with I have started this channel. I also want to develop myself holistically. I so that I also work on my body language, become confident in the process. When you upload one video, you watch that video, you learn from your own video that okay, I can correct this
Of
part, I can
course.
work on this skill perhaps. So, do you like the grammar part personally, English grammar part?
Yes, I think that we cannot speak English without having good grammar. But as far as our spoken is concerned, we do not use our grammar to think and speak in English. Like English is something which is whose spoken part is not dependent on grammar,
Hmm.
because we do not have that much time, and I would say just time. We do not have that much time to process all the data, where to use is, mr, was,
Yeah.
were, should, or am, the. So grammar doesn't help us to speak English. But still, we need basic grammar, very basic grammar, like how to use modal verbs like is, or was, were, because
Hmm.
we cannot use in the situation where we cannot use was in the situation where is used.
Yes.
So we need to know the basic of the grammar. But once we know the basic parts of the grammar, we do not need to much focus about grammar, because we do not have that much time to think in grammar to speak English, because
Hmm.
grammar is uh, just part of literature and other parts. Because when you are writing something, you have enough time to process all the data, which words should be used, which articles should be used. But when you
Yeah,
are speaking, you have to keep up the rhythm. And if you are breaking the rhythm, then your next sentence will be affected by it. So that's
I
why I think
agree.
grammar is not that much important. Only we need to focus on practice, listening, and all the active methods of learning
Yes.
English. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. And you rightly said that if one sentence you incorrectly articulate, then the follow-up sentences gets affected by that. And if you're fumbling in one sentence, perhaps you will fumble again, and then likewise. So it happens, and then it shatters your confidence at some time, confidence level. What about using different kind of idioms? And do you think that it is important to use fancy words, advanced words in order to speak fluently, or the basic English will also make you fluent? What do you think
I
about it?
think first you need to speak basic English. I think most of the beginners, they make mistake by start speaking of fancy vocab words, because their pronunciation is not good right now. Their grammar is not good. They are not confident enough to articulate everything the way they want to articulate.
Mm.
And if they are going to search for or look for that fancy words, then definitely their confidence and I would say rhythm get hampered, and it get affected. And once your rhythm get affected, it spoils your next sentence, your speech. And once all these things goes together, all these things go together, then you feel like, okay, I'm not good enough. I cannot speak this language. It is not my cup of tea. And all these things affects you somewhere psychologically. So we need to first strengthen our basic English. And once we are able to communicate well with our basic English, then psychologically we become confident. And once we become confident, yes, we can break all the barriers of English, because it is a language. And
Yeah.
even at beginning we are not that much interested. So first of all, we are not very interested at the beginning. Second of all, we are adding pressure, more pressure, like we have to speak at once the perfect English. So all these things together make us underconfident. And I never try to make people underconfident. First, we need to make them confident enough. Once they are confident enough, then only they can think about their goal and they can go ahead on their path. Yeah. So I would say
Right.
we need to first start speaking basic English, broken English, and slowly we should improve it.
Hmm. So, in a nutshell, you are saying that if you believe in yourself, if you feel confident from within, then you can definitely work on yourself and work on this language, and it will be reflected outside, right?
Yeah, it will be reflected outside. And you would feel like I can do it. I can do it. And
Hmm.
once you feel like I can do it, you can do it. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah. And people who would always say negative self-talks like maybe I will not be able to do, I will not be able to speak, and they feel that fear that they feel fearful while even begin a conversation with somebody. What do you have to tell those people?
I I think even I had read somewhere or even research suggests that one who are very optimistic they go a long way in their life. They achieve many things in their life rather than one who is pessimistic. So we need to be optimistic person. We need to look at the greener side of the grass. We
Yeah,
need to understand one thing that everybody feels negative about themselves. Everybody sometimes, what should I say, doubt their confidence or their abilities. So it is natural part of our life. We are human beings. It happens with every single individual. But we need to understand that this is just for some temporary issue. It should not be your mindset. It should not be your psychological condition where you always think about yourself as a negative person. You feel like,
yeah.
yo, I cannot do this. It is not
Hmm.
my cup of tea. I cannot achieve anything in my life. Then it is a psychological issue. One need to get out of that cell, and one need to, just harness the habit of being optimistic, or they should look at the optimistic side of the situation. So I would say it's just our psychological game. If we are able to change our psychology, then we can achieve anything that we wish for. And
Yeah,
if we think negative ourselves, if we think negative about ourselves, then even the things that we can really achieve, we doubt about it and we sometimes do not achieve it in our life. So we must think about positive side of the language learning, and we should be
right.
optimistic.
Right. Okay, Anand, we all become angry in life. We all have those negative emotions. Even the perfect speakers, they feel angry, they feel frustrated, irritated sometimes, maybe sad, lonely, or the feeling of despair. How do you control those negative emotions? What is your strategy? What do you do?
I think we will have to deep dive into our existence or life to understand all these problems. It's not that we can get rid of all these problems. It is the, I would say, natural part of our life. Sometimes we get sad, disappointed, disheartened, and all these things goes with everybody. So somebody who are able to deep dive into it and they try to understand all these things, or they just imbibe these parts of life, I think they get better at it. For example, everybody wants to avoid the sadness. They don't want to become sad. But we all know that sadness is a part of happiness. We sometimes we will become happy, sometimes we will become sad, and the origination of both happiness and sadness are are from same point. We become happy at from the same point, and we become sad for the same point. For example, you are expecting something from a person, and if he do that, then you become happy, and if he do not, if he does not do that, then you become sad. So
Right,
origination of happiness and sadness is both are at the same point, but you need to go deeper inside it. You need to control your emotion to understand that situations are just situations. Sometimes we become sad because of the situation, sometimes we become happy because of the situations, and we do not need to take it as a burden or big deal. I would say as a big deal. When even when we are happy, just we should think, yes, it is for few moments, and when we are
Yeah.
sad, it is for few moments, right? So it is not going to ever last. Nothing is everlasting. So I would say we cannot avoid anything. If we really want to be happy, then we also need to understand the sadness. Sadness, one who can understand the sadness, they can only be happy. They can avoid this part. And I don't feel like they can avoid. They can, become more focused on happiness rather than sadness. That could happen. But
Yeah.
we cannot totally avoid the happiness or sadness because both are the same parts of our life. And we say na, two sides of the coin, head and tail.
Right.
So every coin has two sides. Yes,
Yes.
you can get head or you can get tail, but you cannot avoid the two parts. There are two parts.
Yeah, the way you have metaphorically explained it, it was really good. Two sides of a coin. And in life, if every day becomes a happy day, maybe we will get bored of it very soon.
Bored with happiness.
So we need balance of all the emotions. Rightly said it and rightly put all together all the words. So, okay, how do you define yourself as a person in one sentence if you have to tell the audience who is Anand in one sentence?
I've never thought about it. Let me think. How would I define myself?
Please take your time.
I would say just a person of myself. Yeah, because how should I explain it? Like I don't have any thought like what kind of person I am. But I would definitely say in one line that I'm just a person of myself. I'm just an individual and I just function like an individual. So everything that affects human beings, it affects me. So I would say I'm just an individual and person of my own. Yeah.
You're a very down to earth person and you're very poised, calm, composed, quite stable in your mind. And that's why the way you are speaking, whatever we speak consciously, it is coming out of our subconscious. So the your personality is reflected in your language always. An angry person by nature would use angry words every time even while talking
Yeah.
normally with someone. So, yes, your
Because it is their
answer is
first habit, and
yes,
your first habit will be reflected somewhere or the other, even if you want to hide it for a couple of
yes,
minutes or time. Yeah.
yes. And it is reflected onto your face as well. When you speak, your expressions, your body language, it will not be synchronized, not be balanced for sure. So, what as a
Thank
English
you.
teacher, as a English trainer, what advice, what tips and tricks? I don't believe in giving tips and tricks, but still, if you have to tell the viewers three or four things which are absolutely non-negotiable and very much important to learn this language, what would you say about it?
Okay, great. I think first of all, they need to understand their requirement, whether English is their requirement or not. If it is their requirement, then they must have a goal in their mind, like, yes, I have to improve my English anyhow. Everybody speaks about the tips, speaking, reading, writing, practicing. These are the parts of the spoken English. But before that, I think you need to determine your goal. You need to understand what I have to do with English. And once that why is clear, then how will become clear. Like
Yeah,
how will you improve your English? So first, we need to think, why do I want to speak in English?
yeah,
Why I want to, there should be a real purpose, clear purpose. So once purpose is clear, everything is clear, then yes, we know, everybody knows that part of English. We need to first start listening. We need to listen more and more. Then we need to also read and write, and
yeah,
we need to practice as much as possible because practice is the key. So we need to focus on all these four aspects of English. But before that, I would say be determined towards your goal and have a confidence within yourself and belief within yourself that you can conquer this journey. and you can, just change your level wherever you are at your English right now.
Oh, that's quite
Yeah.
intriguing and inspiring, Anand. And I would like to summarize what you have said. First of all, you need to have a clear purpose. Many a times, the purpose is unclear in people's mind, and they will just join any
Yeah, they
course,
are doing
start
sake
going
of.
to the gym without even knowing the purpose. So, if the purpose is clear, you have rightly said, then you can take those steps which are needed to meet that purpose, to meet one goal, then two goals, and three goals to meet that purpose eventually at the end of the day. So, and I always say the right kind of attitude is important. Believe in yourself, maintain that consistency, and you will be reflected as a confident person when you show up every single day. Nothing happens overnight. No tips and tricks will help you until and unless you are a hard worker. There is no substitute to hard work. You really need to put your heart into anything which you want to succeed in life and you want to achieve in life. So, all the best for your journey ahead. You are already at some position and at some point where you don't need any motivation. You are already motivational and inspiring from within, and you are influencing so many other people. So, kudos and hats off to your efforts. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for your valuable time, Anand. It was lovely speaking with you. I thoroughly enjoyed this session.
Same here. It was lovely meeting you and
Thank
hope
you
to
so
see you again in future. Yeah,
Sure.
it was my pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye, Anand. Okay, bye bye.